Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. A little semi-bad news if you are a Walking Dead fan. It looks like the Daryl Dixon spinoff will be coming to an end, but we still got 2 more full seasons to watch. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But before we do, just a quick reminder, just a quick request. If you do choose to join us in the comment section, all we ask is that you be kind. The world is a mean, nasty place, and there's no reason why we can't speak to each other respectfully here on Let's Talk Entertainment. All right then, a show that I've quite enjoyed, having enjoyed The Walking Dead all the way since the show first premiered in 2011. But Daryl Dixon more recently, I've enjoyed, and it's coming to an end. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon spin-off show is coming to an end. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon show is coming to an end. Created by David Zabel, The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon is a spin-off of AMC's The Walking Dead that is focused on Norman Reedus' character. The show premiered in September 2023 and has so far run for 2 seasons, while season 3 is due to premiere this coming September. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon has now been renewed for a 4th season. However, this will be the final season of the show. Production on Daryl Dixon season 4 is expected to begin this month in Spain. The final show or season will have 8 episodes in total, and also sees Melissa McBride reprise her role as Carol. Reedus has said in a statement, "Daryl Dixon has been an incredible journey. I think each and every fan who has joined us on this ride, it's been a privilege to build this story for these characters, and we have so much gratitude for how it's been embraced. Your love and support have made every moment worth it. The finale isn't just an ending, it's a celebration of what we've all shared together. Keep carrying that love forward. Daryl's journey is far from over." And there you have it. So yeah, I said up top that it's sort of mildly sad because it is ending. You don't want to see your favorite shows end. But honestly, I think that it represents more of a cancellation, a change in the sort of the focus of how The Walking Dead works. The Walking Dead began on television back in 2011, had 6 episodes the first season. Second season had 15 episodes, and then every season up until like season 10 had 16 episodes a season. So The Walking Dead by and large came from that era of television when you still had these full robust seasons of hourly shows for a good portion of the year. But sometime in the middle of its run, sort of the streaming wave came in, and shows very much changed. You had no more of these long seasons. You had short seasons, and you only expected to have 1, 2, maybe 3 seasons of a show. And I think that what's happening here is not a cancellation of Daryl Dixon based on any sort of ratings issues or anything like that. There's no way in hell that AMC is going to let go of The Walking Dead. I think what it really does say is that they've switched their sort of the way they work. They're going to bring these shows to endings far sooner than they would have in the past. The Walking Dead, the main show, lasted 11 seasons. Fear the Walking Dead, which was the first spin-off, lasted, 8 seasons, I think. So I think here, this isn't something to be concerned with. I don't think AMC is abandoning The Walking Dead or Daryl Dixon anytime soon. But I think that they're being more open to how the world has changed or how the world of television has changed. They're sort of falling in line. They're doing these shorter seasons. They're moving on, and they're telling stories more quickly. I've enjoyed the show. I think another thing interesting about the show is that while the seasons have been shorter, I think the pace has been a lot quicker, and I think that's more representative of the streaming era as well, whereas back in the day, you sort of brood over these issues for episode after episode. And it was funny to watch how in latter seasons of the main show, I kept hearing complaints about, the show is so slow. Well, I didn't feel slow to me. It felt like it was tension building. It was character development. But for a lot of people who were sort of coming of age in the streaming era, to them, it seemed like a much slower pace because they're used to these shows sort of wrapping up in 5, 6, 7 episodes, 1 or 2 seasons, and gone. And it's some people anyway, have become less willing to sort of live in a world for year after year. And that's actually what I love. That's what I miss about a lot of television today is that ability to live in a world long term. I've always been hesitant to even begin shows because I'm fearful that they're going to end. And it's like I don't want to have any of these unfinished stories in my head. But I think that Walking Dead is sort of walking a line sort of in between right now because it has this incredible backstory of all these other seasons, but they're also moving into the new era and they're telling more and more stories. And I think what's going to happen, and maybe not. I think they're going to bring the universe sort of back together. They may not call it The Walking Dead season 12, but I think eventually, if the series, if the universe does come to an end, it's going to be something like that, where you're going to have at least, a major portion of the original cast that is still living, having them all back together to face some sort of crisis. And I think that we could even finally perhaps get a movie. I know that the show that became The Ones Who Live with Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrera had originally been planned as like 3 movies, and of course we instead got a 6 or 7 episodes series. I think ultimately, whether it's a TV movie, a streaming movie, a theatrical movie, I think they're going to do a movie as well. So tell me what you think. Are you sad to see Daryl Dixon go? I'm not. I've enjoyed the show. We still got 2 more seasons to watch beginning this September, so that's going to be fun. But what do you think? Let us know in the comment section below. Until next time, keep it creepy.